Chargers Talk 4630. I've been talking and texting through the inboxes online with Charger fans about what happened this past week involving Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert. I know a lot in the media are not projecting the Chargers to be anything better than an 8-9 team this year, depending on who you listen to. And I'm fine with that. But like myself, many other Charger fans are optimistic about this team being much better than people are expecting, considering Jim Harbaugh is in the building and also brought along a few familiar coaches that had success in Harbaugh's scheme and Greg Roman and defensive coordinator Jesse Minter. What Harbaugh wants to implement comes as no surprise, as he wants to take some pressure off of Justin Herbert where he doesn't have to do it all himself. Justin's been averaging 45 to 50 attempts per game and put up huge numbers, but those impressive stats do not produce in the win-loss column. So Harbaugh and this coaching staff wants to take pressure off of Herbert by becoming a more balanced team and run the ball more to take pressure off of him, as well as prevent him from taking unnecessary hits, right? If those things can be implemented, it will make a more efficient offense and keep Herbert upright and healthy. And a healthy Justin Herbert with an efficient running game should produce more wins and lead to playoff berths. But Justin's offseason just got a little tougher with the reports coming out last week that he was diagnosed with an injury to the plantar fascia in his right foot and will likely be in a walking boot at least the next 2 weeks, with the expectation that Herbert will be ready for the start of the regular season. Herbert had already been trying to build a rapport with a totally revamped receiving core after losing Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and running back Austin Eckler. You now have Lad McConkey, Quentin Johnston, DJ Chark, and former Ravens running backs Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. Herbert also has his fourth offensive coordinator in just his fifth season. But despite so many changes in the coaching philosophy, Herbert has proven to be one of the most productive quarterbacks in the NFL. He threw 69 touchdowns in his first 2 seasons, and in 2021 became the 9th quarterback to throw for more than 5,000 yards in a season. So it's well documented what this man could do, right? That's why, unfortunately, this injury came at a time where he's still trying to build chemistry with all these new players on offense. So we have some adversity a lot sooner than we expected. It's never good when your franchise quarterback goes down with the injury early in camp, considering he's still learning a new system with a brand new coaching staff. And this is coming after missing the last month of the 2023 season from a fractured right index finger. If anyone is built to handle this injury and have the mental makeup to weather this storm and stay focused and on track with what the team wants to accomplish, at least from the quarterback perspective, it is Justin Herbert. I mentioned in the blog on stormcloud.blog that I wish you guys could check out when you get a chance. And previously on a podcast right here, I mentioned that I love the position that Joe Ortiz put this team in with smart moves by bringing in players on 1-year prove-it deals and at the same time getting the payroll clear so we can start paying some guys in our building while bringing in a few more studs to try to overtake the AFC West. But I also mentioned one of the things I was sour on was no debt was built behind Justin Herbert. So my biggest worry is what happens if Justin has to miss some significant time? Are we okay with Max Duggan and Easton Stick, who both are Tom Telesco picks? I don't want to press the panic button right now because I think it's way too early. If Justin getting injured early, or as Harbaugh like to say, going through something this early in camp, he could possibly be just fine for game 1 and go out there and play at a high level against the Raiders and possibly win. But what if this lingers? It's a fair conversation to have as Charger fans who inboxed me and called me to have these conversations this past week, which is why I decided to come on here and address everyone that has those same concerns. There were 66 different quarterbacks who started games in the National Football League last season. 66. So that tells you how often quarterbacks get injured and how important it is to have a backup that can come in and win maybe 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5 if necessary. Now, I'm sorry, but I know some don't like to hear it. But in my opinion, and even though there's only a small sample size, I have not seen anything in Max Duggan or Easton Stick's game that makes me confident should Justin need more time to heal beyond camp. Does that mean with an improved coaching staff and having the personnel to run an efficient running game and become more of a downhill physical type team and run some play action and to keep the pocket moving with the defense that most of us think with the pass rushers and good play from the secondary and linebackers that we can win at least 3 or 4 in the first month? Look, everybody knows or who has seen these podcasts know I've been on the Jim Harbaugh wagon from day one and preaching patience and trust because I believed in him before we signed him. I believe in him when we signed him. And despite this situation, I believe in his ability now as a coach to put these guys in situations to succeed and play at a high level, whether Justin is there or not. This is why he gets paid the big bucks. This is why he got everything he wanted from the GM down to the coaches. So now we get the benefit to see just how good Harbaugh and this coaching staff is because of some early turbulence that we wasn't expecting. But I caution fans, especially the ones who I've been talking to, let's just stay patient. We needed Justin to throw the ball about 50 times a game in the past just to have a chance. Going to the season with Justin Herbert, we understood we didn't need that anymore. This offense was going to look different. And in certain moments, especially the fourth quarter, when you need Justin to be great, you will see him do Herbert like things in hopes to propel us to more wins. So I said that to say this: the sky isn't falling. We don't have to press the panic button yet. And hopefully we don't ever have to this season, as challenging as it may appear. We have who we have, and my trust and faith in this coaching staff has not wavered. Every team faces some type of adversity every year, and the good teams get through it. It's just our turn to go through it much earlier than expected. But throughout the season, you'll see at certain times that everyone gets a turn at dealing with a lot of the challenges that comes with playing in the National Football League. So stay away from that panic button, guys. We got used to losing games we should have won. We got used to seeing a ton of players go down to injury. We got used to accepting mediocre. But we are not used to having a coach like Jim Harbaugh that has a never say die mindset, that will never give in, that will never give up, and will always try to use all of his experience and wisdom to impact the game in a way that works to our advantage. We have Greg Roman, who's a great coach in his own right, whose run blocking schemes has been the best in the league, and his knowledge of knowing when to run and when to go up top to take advantage of a mismatch is impressive. And this strategy also helped Lamar Jackson, who struggled often in the passing game in 2019, but still won his first MVP when the Ravens went 13-3, while he only threw for 3,127 yards. So I'm not worried or panicking now. And I hope this message brings some calm to the guys that are worried. Don't forget to check us out this Thursday as myself, Garrett, and Kyle D dive a little deeper into this conversation. And please subscribe, as it doesn't cost you a copper penny. And we will see you Thursday. Be safe, be well, be good, enjoy your Sunday, and bolt up.